Ride with me while I tell you some of my favorite Stranger Things theories and some theories that I came up with myself and what I think is going to happen in Volume 2. Okay, one of the cooler theories that I've seen that I haven't seen on several different occasions, because a lot of them have been repeat theories. The science teacher, I can't think of his name right now, but you know who it is. That he is Mike, future Mike, and he's living in the world with them right now, and that's why he's been helping them with things that if you'll notice, he's helped them with things before they actually even needed anything. So obviously the wormhole theory is going to come into play for this season. I think that's pretty clear. But yeah, I just thought that was a unique theory, and I would honestly really like to see that play out and see how they explain that. Okay, this is a theory that I thought of this morning. I was just watching some edits to some of the songs from Back to the Future, and I was like, wait a minute. Something clicked in my brain, and I was like, he travels back in time, Marty McFly travels back in time to he's meeting his parents and everything, they're younger versions of himself, and obviously a lot of this stuff stems from the days whenever Joyce and Henry and Steve's dad, all of them went to school together. So I think there's a real possibility that if that time travel theory occurs, that they're gonna try to go through and fix things that went wrong to try to fix the future timeline. But I think in that process, people are going to die because certain people aren't gonna meet certain people, and I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of messiness that could happen. I don't know if this was one that I saw or if it just popped in my head after watching a bunch of different edits and theories, but I feel like there is a possibility that Will and Eleven could be related in some way. I don't know how that would be the case, but that has been a thing that I've had in the back of my mind for a bit. Another theory, I think that obviously it's been kind of out there that there are a lot of parallels between Stranger Things and Harry Potter. There's some very obvious parallels, and with the characters in D&D, there's just some parallels within the characters in Harry Potter, and I really think that there is a possibility that Will could die and then come back, like Harry Potter. Spoiler alert, oops. But I don't know, I feel like they might do that in some way. Like how Max died technically at the end of season 4 and then 11 brought her back. I really think there's a possibility that if Will dies, it's not going to be a permanent thing. Okay, now that we're talking about potential deaths, I'm going to give you some of my predictions and how I think things are going to play out. I think that there's a real chance that Joyce is going to not make it through this season. I think that would be a great way to fuel Will's powers, but also Elle, because I think that Hopper's reaction would be crazy. Another realistic death, unfortunately, I think that there's a real chance that Dustin is not going to make it. If you would have talked to me before Volume 1 came out, I would have told you Steve is a goner. But I don't think that they're going to kill Steve. I think that it would be, I don't know, I feel like it's not going to do anything like how it would be if Dustin died. Dustin would be a gut punch. Kali, I think she's going to die. 11, I think she's going to, if she doesn't die, she's at least going to be blocked off from the outside world because she's going to seal herself inside the Upside Down. And again, Will, I don't think he's going to die. I think he's going to come back. I think that will be one of the last sacrifices that Elle makes, is she's going to bring him back to life. I think that Max will come back. I actually think she's going to be back before Escape from Camazotz, that episode, is even started. I think she'll, episode 5, by the end of episode 5, I think she's going to come back. Escape from Camazotz, I think it's going to be, a replay of how they got out, but I think it's going to be, a shortened version of how things played out, because I think something else is going to be even bigger than whatever might have happened there. There's a photo of Elle in the radio station, and I think that's how she finds out that, where Holly is, where Max is, and where she happens to overhear that Henry's gonna go after Max, Max's body with the Demogorgons, so that she's not able to escape. I think I saw a similar theory to that, but that's how I think it's gonna happen. I think that that scene where Lucas is holding her, I think that that's after Elle finds out that Henry's gonna go after her with the Demogorgons. This is something that I've been thinking about. I don't think there's any necessarily specific references to the movie Labyrinth, but I'm just feeling the ending we're gonna get, it's gonna be bittersweet. It's gonna be the end of Labyrinth with David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly. I think that it's gonna be if they go into the future and fix things, they're gonna say their goodbyes in Spider-Man No Way Home, if you know you know. And it's gonna be bittersweet because they know they're nothing's ever gonna be the same, and I feel it's gonna be the end of Labyrinth where they she leaves the world and she's saying goodbye to the characters. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about these theories. I think some of them are really fun to think about, but if they actually happened, I would actually crash out. And I also think Vicky, she's a goner. Her and Robin are not going on that date, and I think that if Vicky dies, then Robin won't die, unless they try to pull the Tonks and Remus. That will devastate me. They're holding hands with their dead bodies.